WPPM 106.5. For all tuning in, yo, I represent Philly Camp. Distinguished men of my voice is obvious who I am. James Hatcher, the host that give you food for thought, deliver you the message like the money out the vault. Worthy discussion, live performance with special guests, collaborate, community well-being, we invest. WPPM, don't forget the LP, 106.5 FM, also broadcast TV, Comcast Xfinity, channel 66 and 966, got you all up in the mix. And if you don't got that, to switch to Verizon, File 29 and 30, that'll get you vibing. Roku, Apple TV, even on demand, Direct TV joining us, it's the perfect plan. And if you don't got cable TV, justify the means, go to phillycam.org live stream. I extend welcome to all attendees to an episode of this televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, in which all participants of this presentation exercise respectable consideration on the ideas, perspectives, and expressive performances promoted. Joining me in a conversation is a performing artist whose music has the tendency to echo in the memory of those that engaged in it. So in this special episode of the radio special titled Food for Thought, the theme of the topic is making and keeping analytics on accomplished objectives. To keep a reflective record on an outcome of a project that may invite the feedback from either self or of a multitude of individuals can be an asset to personal growth. It can assist the individual to have an informative awareness of any selective skill that one may have not been previously attentive to and accumulate a more frequent and consistent usage of that skill. On a psychological aspect of acknowledgement of that individual, a noted document, a descriptive illustration, a photogenic imagery, or any other kind of visual art can be compared to as a mirror that displays the mentality announced within the objective accomplished. And that is the food for thought of this episode. Now we will take a short musical intercession and resume with the special guest afterwards. All right. So now accompanying me in conversation is a performing artist who has the acoustic style of his own. His lyrical delivery makes it seem as each verse is like a conversation to relate to the listener's recognition. So without any further wait, I extend the invitation of this special guest to introduce himself.
Hey everybody, I am Aaron Schwartz, or Flibberti.Gibberty.
Okay. All right, it's a pleasure to have you here and everything like that.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay, so I have some questions and inquiries of interest. So I can start off with this pitch. So in what category or genre do you specify your music to be as?
I would say it's probably like rock and roll as like a blanket genre. But if I were to like break it down a little bit, it's like a little bit folksy, a little bit jazzy, a little bit country-y, just a little bit of everything sprinkled in there. But mostly just like if I were to call it anything, I guess it would be rock.
With a style of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got personal flavor.
Yeah, your personal swagger. I got it. All right. So, from your viewpoint, what is a major attribute and qualities that are considered or obvious when it comes to an individual who identifies his or herself to be a music artist that is one of a kind? What qualities do you think that it might take for an artist to be like uncomparable, to be one of a kind artist?
Well, to be one of a kind, like when I think about some artists that I think are one of a kind, a lot of the times there's like you can recognize it's them just like by the first second of the song. You're like, oh, it already sounds like them. And like, I don't know, maybe that's like when you get like really, really good as a musician, you sort of like have complete control over like, the music, and you can really, once you get to that level, you can really like sound the way you are, and not like you're just like regurgitating other things or copying other things. As far as what specific attributes those people have, I don't know.
To make them one of a kind artists, well, to me, I think it would be for the recognition of your uniqueness, I guess, or not guess, but I think part of it would just be to recognize, the ability. That's my perspective. The artistic self.
Yeah, maybe it's like a specific tone or effect, or or like a specific, or like some people have that voice that just stands out, and you notice them right away.
Okay, so what makes you think that you're one of a kind?
Oh man, am I one of a kind? No.
Well, hey, yeah, one of you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to answer that for myself. I guess I hope I'd stick out from the crowd. I hope I'd sound a little different. But you know what? I've got a very specific set of, I guess, influences that are probably uncommon. I guess my musical influences are not exactly like not mainstream, I guess, or not too mainstream. Some of them, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, all right. So, can you come up with at least two ways that an individual listening to a song of a music artist can recognize the character and personality of that artist? Like, what two ways can an individual listening to the song of the artist, what in the song do you think a person could recognize, well, this is that type of artist or this is that type of musician by their music?
Well, I mean, certainly, like the actual, like the voice. Certainly, everybody's voice sounds a little bit different and like hits a little bit differently. Like certainly everybody has like an acclamation to certain people. I guess like some people might like this artist because they just have that voice that hits them right where like their ears like it. And I guess that kind of applies to like every instrument too, like the voice.
Okay.
Everybody.
So do you think that ties in with the personality Just the way their voice is?
Absolutely. It's
Okay.
like using your voice through the guitar, through the instrument that you play.
Okay. All right. So, is there a certain exercise, event, circumstance, or situation that you put yourself into to assist you in the writing lyrical content that is relatable to not only yourself, but to others that may listen to your music?
I'm sure. I mean, sometimes writing lyrics, sometimes I'm trying to make like something that has more of like a complete theme in a song, or like
Okay.
a song that's like about something specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes also writing lyrics, it's just about finding things that like finding words with the right amount of syllables that sound good. Like
Right.
it's not even about making sense or like making like anything that's got a message or anything. It's just literally just finding words that sort of sound good.
Okay. So, but from your perspective, what do you think an individual has to do in order to come up with like a way to come up with the proper words
Well,
to make a composition?
you have to dig.
Uh-huh.
You got to dig deep. Maybe go through some hard times. Maybe find something way down deep in there.
Okay. Okay, so we can get into a song. What song would you like to get into?
All right. Well, I'm gonna play a few songs. The first one I'll play is called Bon Voyage. It's about like sort of like longing for something different, or like not quite being where you want to be in life.
Okay. All right, so we're going to get into Bon Voyage on WPPM 106.5 FM Philadelphia. I'm your host that goes by the name of James Hatcher with special guest Aaron, a.k.a. Flibberti.
Flibberti.Gibberty.
Flibberti dot. Don't forget the dot.
Yeah,
We'll be right back.
Don't forget the dot. Hey, you are listening to Food for Thought on 106.5 WPPM. My name is Aaron Schwartz. You can find me around Spotify and Instagram. Artist name Flibberti.Gibberty. Gonna play you a few songs today. First one is called Bon Voyage. I've been working every day. I've been wasting away. I've been dreaming most of the time. What I'm seeking, but still can't find. I don't want to get a job, I just gotta get away. I've been sitting here for so long. Well, I fly from town to town, maybe go from place to place, doing nothing but singing that song. That song. I've been waiting for the day. I've been learning to play. Yeah, I've been feeling for the very first time, seeking, still can't find. I don't wanna get a job, I just gotta get away. I've been sitting here so long. I'll fly from town to town, maybe go from place to place, doing nothing but singing that song. That song. I don't wanna get a job, I just gotta get away. I've been sitting here for so long. Will I fly from downtown, maybe go from place to place, doing nothing, singing that song, that song, that song.
Alright, so now we're back on the radio special, FM televised radio special titled Food for Thought, with special guest Aaron Flibberti.Gibberty. Did I say it right?
Almost.
Okay, alright, I'll work on it. And so, have you ever received any specific kind of influence from a generation of music artists, from a previous generation of music, in the same, similar, or even different genre that is different from the musicians in your generation? If so, what is the impression of these specific musicians from a previous generation that made an impression to you? Like, what significant impression that is different from the impression that music artists and your genre, or different genre in your generation of musicians?
Well, I am highly influenced by music of the past, like specifically like the 70s, probably more than any decade or past generation. Now I think the whole approach to making music is different. Back then, everything is more analog, less digital. You have to actually physically do, like more setting up for recording. There's more things that you have to account for. So I kind of approach it like that still, because now you can just run it through the computer and like use this effect or that effect. You can do whatever you want on the computer, and the actual recording doesn't really matter. But the actual skill level of musicianship or musicianship doesn't even matter. But back then, you had to really play. You had to really know what you're doing.
So do you think that plays an appreciation for it? The music and how you apply the music and the production of the music is different?
Yeah. I mean, in the past, there was a whole it cost a whole lot more to make music in the past. There's a whole the equipment was more expensive. It had to be more you had to be more certain about what you were doing to get the proper sound.
Okay. All right, so when a musician decides to promote their music professionally in a public arena, would it be better for them to promote their music locally first, or in a different demographic location where the genre of musicians promoting the music isn't common, and why?
Yeah, I think I think the best way to do it is honestly just like, yeah, locally, the old fashioned way. You just like, you make your stuff, and then you try to get shows around. You just
Okay.
tell everybody where it is, how to find it, and you just play as many shows as you can. You tell as many people as you can, and hopefully eventually it snowballs.
Okay. So according to your perspective, what is the contrast or the difference in the comparisons that you notice when listening to like sounds of other recording artists and music producers that is categorized in the same genre of music but are from a different like demographic location than you're from? Is there a difference that you might pick up if you go to travel like somewhere that's like a different region where they might have like a different terrain?
I mean, you can always like try to post stuff on the internet and use like social media and stuff, or like
Okay.
as far as like, or like, I don't know, maybe doing stuff that's specific to that place. Yeah, I don't know. As far as marketing goes, I think it all's just kind of the same. Like, you just want to get it out there no matter how you can,
Okay.
wherever it might be.
Okay, so if you went to like a different region, or do you notice any type of thing like the lifestyle of the artist is different, or what they're saying is kind of different? Like, have you ever picked up on a difference and you're like, I already know this is like rock and roll or whatever like this, but it's something that's like different from
Well, there's
like the different.
there's certainly like different dialects, I guess you
Okay.
could say, of of yeah, rock and roll in every
Okay.
region. Like, Southern rock has its rock flavor, Northeast got its own flavor,
Okay.
and California's like little bit different flavor rock. Like,
But it's like the same genre.
yeah, same genre with just like a different regional taste.
Okay. All right. So, what is one of your songs that you have written and produced that is a constant reminder and motivation on the reason why you produce music?
Well, I think all of them really, but
Okay.
I am very proud of my Broken Cowboy song. I think that one fits into like a very nice standard format, and it's like sort of like what I'm going for. Like,
Okay.
like it's a just a solid song. It's like not trying to be too much, and it's like just enough, and it flows really well.
Okay. So, how about let's get into that song, Broken Cowboy?
Yeah, sounds good. Let's
All
do it.
right. So, we're going to get into Broken Cowboy on WPPM 106.5 FM. With your host, James Hatcher, of the televised radio special titled Food for Thought, with our special and honorable guest, Aaron Flibberti. You got to say the last one.
Flibberti.Gibberty.
Flibberti.Gibberty. All right. We'll be back.
This next one is called Broken Cowboy, because that's just what I've been feeling like lately. Well, I got no horse, I got no gun to fight, I got a cigarette, and I got no light. I just a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy. Well, I still got my boots, but they lost their shine, and they put my face on a wanted sign. Just Well, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy. Well, you can drag my name through the dirt and run me out of the sound. Hit me right where it hurts, hit the truth. We'll get around. I ain't got no gold, no place to run and hide. And I got no road. Oh, well, I lost my pride just well, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy. And I got some flints, but I got no steel. And I bought a wagon and lost a wheel. Just well, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy, a broken cowboy.
All right, so we're back on Food for Thought, and we're with the special guest, Aaron. I'm just going to call you Aaron for the rest of the time.
That works for
All
me.
right. So do you consider yourself a self-taught artist with an instinctive musical inclination of sound, or have you ever used the informative resources provided by an instructor who was considered a seasoned musical artist for the purpose of enhancing the natural ability that you already have of making music?
100% self-taught. I've just picked it up as I went along from everyone, really, from here and there, from there and here.
Okay.
Friends, from other musicians that play like other people that play music. Go to shows, try to pick up on what they're doing, just from listening to records.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I've never taken an actual lesson from a person with any sort of instructor capabilities.
Okay. So, what specific instrument do you call your instrument? Like, what is?
I mean, I play guitar.
Like what kind of guitar?
Oh, I got an Epiphone acoustic electric.
Okay, so you learned that just by sound.
Yeah.
Of just picking it up and
trial and error over 20 years.
Wow.
Still learning.
Just playing the keys.
Yeah,
just playing the strings.
Trying to figure out which notes go together and which chords go together, and just
harmonizing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so when putting together, and I think you mentioned this earlier, but you can remind us, when putting together a combination of words to make up verses to the lyrical content of a song, what would be a useful practice that an inspiring songwriter can utilize to find the proper words that emphasize their message of the song?
Well, I try to find things that are relatable, but not too cliche.
Okay.
So, I don't really necessarily write...
Now, what do you mean by cliche?
Just tropey love song type, or just up at the club all night type. Like there's certain things that tons of songs are about.
Okay.
And I try to stay away from those, but I also still want to be relatable. So, I don't know. I tend to go for sort of sad hardship sort of songs.
Okay. All right. So according to your personal experiences, Is there a specific subject or topic that is easier for you to write about than others? And what would that topic be?
Well, I mean, there's no specific topic because like a lot of different songs are about a lot of different things. But I think that sort of writing about, I don't know, like I sort of am one of those. I'm in the camp where I think that like the best lyrics sort of come from like a painful place.
Okay.
So I sort of lean towards sad songs, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So, in your perspective, what is the common feature of a song that you notice that compels the listener to relate and experience the connection to the song as if the song that you're singing is part of them?
Well, that could be anything. You never know what someone's gonna relate to or connect to. It's like, yeah, you never know what people are gonna like. It could be the song you think when you write it, oh, that one's no good. It could be
Okay.
that one that people end up loving. You never know.
Okay. All right. So, speaking of another song or the song, so we can get into another song if you like. So, what song would you like to introduce?
Well, this next one is a little original instrumental composition I've got. It's called Ambiguous. Sort of like a classical inspired one.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna get into ambiguous on WPPM 106.5 FM, and we will return. All right, so we are back on the televised radio special titled "Food for Thought." Okay, Aaron. So in this present time of composing and preserving musical works, there are some online internet music production companies that offer what is considered copyright-free instrumentals. Do you think those services are beneficial? And if it is, in some cases, useful, what type of artists are those services suitable for, like the copyright free instrumental? And what kind of situations can those productions be used for?
Well, I mean, anytime you're trying to make something that's based on like samples,
Hmm.
anything that's copyright free, you can just like sample. And then like so maybe if you're making like hip hop or if you're making electronic music or EDM, anything that's that's sampleable like that is a good thing. I'm not really in the camp that would use stuff like that because
Hmm.
I'm not a sampler.
Right.
I like to make new stuff or whatever.
So, do you think that the copyright free services is more like it kind of sounds similar to karaoke? Somebody would use like as karaoke. You
A
think
little
that's
bit. I mean, it's it's just I mean, it's not. It's like yeah, it's like it's like you got to make something new with I mean, I don't know. You can chop stuff up and make things sound good. I think sampling works for different genres better than it does for the sort of music I'm making.
so? Do you think that the copyright free music that they offer should only be good for like to help you to write like a song instead of like trying to put it out there as like your song or something like that?
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think?
I think it's probably just good for a couple genres,
Hmm.
a couple
Some
specific
yeah,
genres.
something to help you to practice the write or whatever like that eventually until you get out there and either make your own music or be able to hit a studio and afford it.
Yeah, or to
You
make
know.
a beat to rap over it, you know.
Okay. All right. So, what recommendation can you give to another performing artist as to what they must do to keep their creative ideas and perspective uncommon, attractive, fresh, and long lasting as well?
Um, Try to I don't know, get the full spectrum of life experience
Okay.
and emotion, and
Okay.
try to have a well-rounded approach
Okay.
to, and not only well-rounded but open-minded approach to like I don't know what a song could sound like or what
Okay.
I don't know.
What a song could sound like. Okay. Well, I would like to hear what the next song is going to sound like,
Well,
so you can introduce the next song.
the next song is gonna sound like you are on the road to El Dorado.
All right. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, you might as well prepare to get on the road to El Dorado. All right, so we are back on WPPM 106.5 FM Philadelphia and not El Dorado, but you just heard the song On the Road to El Dorado?
Yeah.
On the Road to El Dorado. All right, so do you think a musical artist that uses voice altering instruments can have the same kind of impact that an artist that does not use voice altering instruments can have on the listeners, and how?
I mean, I prefer, if by voice altering you mean like auto tune.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer natural. Like
Okay.
I don't like auto tune and stuff. Like I think auto tune sounds fake and bad, and it makes me not like what I'm hearing. I think that also slight imperfections in people's voices aren't necessarily a bad thing. I think I think as music production has gotten more advanced and easier to make everything sound more and more perfect, we forget that humans are actually imperfect.
So why do you think a music artist may use voice altering instruments to make a song, although the natural tone may be pleasing for listeners to listen to? Why do you think they would still use it?
I don't know, insecurity maybe, or just
Wow.
like the need for perfection, or just like the consumer's demand for perfection. I don't know. There's overproduction is like a big issue, I think. And
So it's not that they're inquisitive on this experimenting on various sounds, projectiles.
Yeah, I mean, just like sort of that, just sort of like the idea that everything has got to be absolutely perfect. I think that might, like, that make people use like auto tune, and
Okay.
or that, or like some people actually like the sound of auto tune. I mean, like such some artists, like, well, who was it, like Akon or whatever, like they use it like they use it like creatively, like
Okay.
they use auto tune like
Okay.
in a way that makes it like almost its own sort of like instrument.
Okay, so do you think a music artist that uses like voice altering instruments like such artists have the same kind of impact that an artist that doesn't use voice altering instruments can have on the listeners?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Now let me think of like someone with a very soulful voice, like Aretha Franklin or something.
Uh-huh.
No voice altering instruments, like no anything. I feel like hearing like a voice like that is like much more emotionally impactful than hearing some like auto tune stuff.
Okay. All right. So, do you ever write lyrics of a song with a particular subject and then make the instrumental melody that corresponds to the lyrics, or do you make an instrumental melody first and then write the lyrics with the particular subject to them? Which is easier? Does the certain kind of sound influence you to write in a certain type of content?
A little bit of both, actually.
Okay.
Certainly, sometimes I'll have like a good lyrical idea and I'll jot it down and then try to like make a song based on the lyrical idea. Or sometimes I'll have like some music that I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, this needs words, and I'll just find words that sort of fit with the music.
Okay.
Like, for example, like the Broken Cowboy song that I wrote, that was like, all right, I'm gonna write a cowboy song, and then I like thought of like, like the music was like trying to be cowboy-y, and the lyrics are, based on that specific topic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So, would you ever compose a song specifically or directed to a certain individual or a group that you may have had a relationship with, and then perform the song in a public arena? Would you ever write a song about somebody you had an issue with, and then
Yeah, totally.
would you?
if it was like gonna be impactful, or if I had like a really good idea, or like, yeah, like if it was something that I felt compelled to write a song about, yeah, I mean,
Okay. So would you perform it with or without the expectation of that individual or group to be aware that the song pertains to the relationship you had with them? And if you would like for them to know that the song is about them without directly saying their names, what would be another way that would be feasible?
Um, Well, I mean, it's like a lot of songs are like not just like songs that I might write, but like a lot of songs in just history are written like about that. Like,
But would you write a song
oh yeah,
about,
absolutely.
and would you perform it and expect for them to know that it's about them
Oh yeah.
without saying their names?
Yeah, well, the first thing that comes to mind about for that is like Carly Simon and You're So Vain, and like
Okay.
writing it about James Taylor, and it doesn't specifically say it's about James Taylor.
All right.
Like,
So if it's an individual, you'll write about them, but what about a group of individuals
yeah.
without being worried?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what it is, obviously.
Okay.
But if it was something that mattered to me, then yeah, I wouldn't hesitate
In
to write a
public.
song
Okay.
about.
All right. You bold, pretty bold. Okay, so which type of public venue do you prefer, and what environment do you sense you will have the most interaction in? Street performances close to the markets and shopping centers, open mics at lounges, parks, or city and town festivals, and why?
As somebody who's done a little bit of all of them, sometimes street performances lead to amazing fun and connections with strangers that you've never met before. Like, 'cause you never know who you're gonna meet on the street. And then, but also I do like bars. I like the environment of playing at a bar. The just the atmosphere.
Okay.
It's always like a good vibe to be playing at a bar.
Okay. All right. So, speaking of bars, would you like to present some more bars and a beautiful
Oh,
song?
all right.
Okay. So, you can introduce the next song.
The next one is going to be called Street Soldier. That one's got some pretty deep bars, I guess.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into, what is it?
Street Soldier.
Street Soldiers on WPPM 106.5 FM. You're tuning in to Food for Thought, and we will return.
This song is called Street Soldier. I am the heat that you feel in the middle of the night, the beat that you hear at every red light, the heart of the street side, hiding plain sight, the soldier, oh yeah. Well, I ain't a hard worker, but a hard rocker. Ain't a smooth surface, but smooth talker. Ain't high in my tail, but a high roller. Ain't a street fighter, but a street soldier. I am the brisk chill of winter, the silence of the night, the blooming spring, the sun so bright, the harvest you've sown, the wrong and the right, the soldier, oh yeah. Ain't a hard worker, hard rocker. Ain't a smooth surface, a smooth talker. Ain't high in my day, but a high roller. Ain't a street fighter, but a street soldier.
All right. So it's a pleasure once again to have you here, Aaron.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay. So why is it important for a music artist who is dedicating themselves to their passion for music to educate themselves in self promotion? And what are some skills that an inspiring musician should learn?
Oh man, some skills an aspiring musician should learn. Well, you got to learn how to do social media and all that. You got to learn how to be able to talk to anybody just like out in the world too. Like you got to learn how to make friends. You got to learn how to make business connections. Like you got to be able to go to the bars and get like and talk to the managers and relate. You got to be able to relate to everyone. There's a big like social game that goes.
So it's not just going out there and just singing out in public.
And no, you got to network.
Okay. All right. So for anyone who is interested in your music, what platforms can they go to, and how can anyone book you? That is interested, book you for performances?
You can hit me up on Instagram, Flibberti.Gibberty. Same thing with the streaming platforms. I got the Broken Cowboy song just released. Hopefully more will be following it soon. Same thing, all the platforms, Flibberti.Gibberty, Apple Music, Spotify, all of them. That I'm working on getting a YouTube put together. But yeah, if you wanted to book me, you could just DM me on slide into my DMs.
Okay, and what is your Instagram?
Flibberti.Gibberty, same name.
Okay, all right. So, man, once again, it was a pleasure, and your music is one of a kind. I think it has a lasting impression, especially on me. I love your music
Thanks,
and
man.
everything. So, once again, I thank all listeners and attendees for tuning in to another episode of this radio special titled Food for Thought, airing on WPPM 106.5 FM. You can reach me on my Facebook, which is James Hatcher. Make sure you check out previous episodes of the radio special Food for Thought with various artists of various genres. On my YouTube channel, just type up James Hatcher Food for Thought Radio Special, or you could go to your search engine and type it in, and it should pop up. Other than that, the book Food for Thought, Literary Concept to Theoretical Reasoning, based and inspired on this radio special, which is Food for Thought, with the themes of topic and the important messages behind those for inspiration and the growth and development of our community as a collective. Once again, I am the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher. Okay, so until you reach your next destination, take care of yourselves.